I'm kidding. Okay, welcome back. What report for Lansing, ladies and gentlemen? But first, we're going to begin to our breaking news broadcast because we have a major breaking news tonight, or should I say this afternoon or this morning, wherever you are in the world. It could be from Czech Republic. I could care less. But anyway, before we begin, we have to talk about a breaking news broadcast because we have, I believe, two earthquakes. Take that back. We have multiple earthquakes for tonight, or this afternoon. In Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky. I think that's how you pronounce it. If not, well, I'm wrong. And womp womp. But anyway, a lot of people ask, what are these? What are these? What is that? Well, if you look right here, you can see that's our Richter scale. Now, our Richter scale tells us that it's 4.5 or more. And that's pretty bad. Now, yet again, if you're in this area, please do expect some very big rogue waves. I'm not even kidding. You're going to expect some pretty good waves. Speaking of which, I believe that Honolulu, wait, I think that's Honolulu, yeah, that's Hawaii, all right, has some warnings on our own. And it does. Like, for example, a fire weather statement. Now, what this is basically saying is conditions are perfect or more just for a wildfire, just like you saw in Canada. And thanks to Canada, we're having issues of our own. So anyway, what the saying is, don't burn anything. It'll be from 6 p.m. HST this evening. 15 to 30 miles per hour with gusts up to 40 miles per hour in Ahu and Kauai. And gusts up to 50 miles per hour in Maui County on the Big Island. Give us good humidity issued by the National Weather Service, Honolulu HI. Whatever that means, but who cares? But anyway, if you're ever in this area, please be sure to actually do not do any outdoor burning and please take caution. Moving on from the subject. But over here is where we get the most action. Considering how, if we look right here, I believe, if this is yellow, we're going to move this over here. We call this, part of my handwriting, air Q, wait a minute, statement. I do nicknames all the time. A lot of people ask, what is the air Q statement? Well, it's an air quality statement in effect. For Michigan, the UP of Michigan, and basically all around. Now, is this good or bad? It's bad. This is even worse. And down here is even more worse, especially in Florida. Also, what's Florida? Heat advisory. It makes sense. Well, Florida, of course, is always in the heat advisory because it's going to be summer. And because it's summer, you can see your little itty bitty little tilt to the sun, and all of a sudden, you get your nice heat wave. Congrats, United States of America, having a good heat wave, and all of a sudden, you get heat stroke. And that's very severe. But moving on from our subject. Michigan. There you go. Pull it up. Pull up! There we go. Air quality alert statement. Till 11:55 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the National Weather Service of Grand Rapids. Now, yet again, it's the whole part of Michigan. Now, if I move this is all built in sections here. So basically, if I zoom out perfectly, if a lot of people can see this, I'm gonna pull up my writing. This is so we got a section over here, and we got a big section over here. This is pretty much issued by Grand Rapids. This whole big section is by Grand Rapids, obviously. Now, is this good or bad? It's bad. Now, it's fine because considering how we got very bad, 2.5 PM particles. What does that mean? Going into your bloodstream. Not great, but we're going to get into that. Radar. Where's our radar? Look at the bright side of things. Michigan's not going to get any storms. Also, why? There we go. So look at the bright side. At least Michigan is not getting any storms today, tomorrow, or next week. But we're going to have soon. Don't worry about it. Don't judge a book by its cover. Why? Well, like I said, I say in all of my videos, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Superior, yeah, Lake Erie. So, Great Lakes. Control weather forecast. Now, this forecast of all the Great Lakes control weather, this makes Michigan very unpredictable. Why? Well, because Michigan's very unpredictable. That means Florida's unpredictable too. Why? Well, two things. Just like the Great Lakes. You know, we all know that Michigan, like I said, has the Great Lakes. But if we come down here, I'll do it over here. There we go. Oh, look at that. Ocean and ocean. It's the same exact thing. Like Michigan, there's two Great Lakes. And look right here. There's two oceans. Or it's the same ocean, either way. This makes also make Florida unpredictable. Well, more predictable than Michigan. Keep that noted too. But it's fine. But I just want to keep that, everybody. But Florida's here is going to get hammered. Look at that. Got some storms rolling through here. Like this Yeehaw Junction. And it's that sun. Whatever you pronounce that too. You guys want to view our radar? Great. We're going to do that for Florida. Talk about Michigan momentarily. Roll it. I don't like it so far. That didn't look good. There goes my stylus. Who cares? If you just saw that, I like it silver just currently right now. This became for a very small storm. But then all of a sudden, it got big instantly. Period. Look at that. Look at that right there. It just turned massive. Now, yet again, if that turns massive, then this... Too much writing so people can understand. Okay. This can get impacted. This can get impacted. Possibly that impacted. And it's going to get impacted. And that. That's how big that storm is. And it's going to getting bigger. Why? The water cycle. I explained that already. And if you want to learn about the water cycle again, you can watch my videos. Congrats. But anyway, we're going to talk about Michigan River. Actually, no, we can talk about... we can talk about that later. We're going to talk about Michigan real quick. Lansing. Talk about Lansing first. Congrats. Pull up my forecast. Focus! Yeah, you can say ongoing Iroquois. Ooh. Do it. Take that back. Let's view this. Okay, so we got get ourselves a little tropical storm happening here, and it was actually correct, actually, considering how MSweather.com here, they did a pretty good job. We have, like I said before, we have a clump of hurricanes right here, or typhoons and tropical storms. We've got a tropical storm there, a possible disturbance. And over here we got some tropical decompression and a strong tropical storm there. There's a lot of hurricanes, a lot of tropical storms, a lot of typhoons. This will become a typhoon, but then peter off. So if you're in that area, you won't be seeing that much storms for today or tomorrow. Because if this is our tropical storm, I believe this. Yeah, it's a tropical storm right now. It's going 69 miles per hour. Max gust is 86. Look at that. Tell me that's dangerous, because if it's not, it kind of is. Now, when it gets down around 10 p.m. UTC time, or, yes, in UTC at 22 o'clock. Now, 22 o'clock is basically kind of like military time, you can say. Not really 22 o'clock. It doesn't make sense. You have to look up 22 o'clock, converted to Eastern Daylight Time, or Western Daylight Time, or Central Daylight Time. It doesn't matter how you do it. It just depends. But anyway... 92 miles per hour and 75 miles per hour. That's almost a couple of hundred, maybe less, estimated, from 92. Now, this could generate good waves. How waves? Good enough waves that can turn out to be the Poseidon. That could be the obvious way. You guys good?
You just went to get hot dogs, right?
Moving on from our subject now. So, anyway, coming down here, when we get around here, you're going to see a tropical storm. Like I said, it's going to peter off around at 9 UTC time, 9 o'clock. Now, is it really 9 o'clock, quote unquote? No. It sounds like 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. It's not. It's the same thing as I'm saying 22 o'clock. Doesn't make no sense. Why? It's obvious. It's a military time. Now, anyway, it gets one peter off. It gets tropical storm. But then you can see it starts getting our tropical decompression right here at Monday. 8-4-2025. UTC is at negative 9 o'clock, I believe. This part where all the wind is going to go down. But then around when the tropical storm ends, or typhoon later, it will end out Wednesday at 28 miles per hour max. Wind max gust is 14 miles per hour. That's the only time. And once that's done, it's now in the kaput zone. I'm going to call that storm went bye-bye. Bye-bye. But we're going to move on. So, right here you can see we have a disturbance. Not going to say that's 30% in 2 days, 80% in 7 days. There's a good chance of another hurricane or typhoon happening currently right now. If we tells you a good summary, if you guys want to read that, you can. I'm not going to read it for you because I basically the same thing what I just said because it's become a tropical decompression or hurricane, whatever. But doesn't mean it will. Then we got a whole clumps, and personally, actually it was actually a hurricane category number 3 storm near almost hit Honolulu. Close, but not quite, folks. But guess what? It's going to go bye-bye. You can see right here, it says, if you want to come closer, that'd be fine if people want to read it. Movement is west-northwest. What in the world is that? West-northwest is a direction. The direction is west-northwest. So basically it's saying northwest. And anyway, and around, I don't know, like I said, 5S. First time I heard that, SBT time. That's when it's gonna go kaput. In a good way. So anyway, when that goes to kaputs, these storms are gonna go kaputs. But I'm more worried about people over here. This is a tropical storm. But what does the STS mean? It is a super, or should I say, strong tropical storm. Starting from all the way down here, Kurosa, started from a tropical decompression, working its way all the way up, zigzagged, all the way past up, all the way, if we keep going, it's going to cross a tropical storm's path, which it already did, to a strong tropical storm. And that was a lot of movement, probably caused from a low pressure system. But then, like I said, all it is, when it gets around here, all the way, it's just going to peter out. That's it. It's going to cross paths, but it's going to peter out. Why? Well, if you look right here, oh. Okay, I took that back. Maybe it's not going to peter out. But it's a good chance because it's going to be a tropical storm, and then it may peter out. But that is going to be a 50-50 chance. The question is it? I like to question people all the time. Okay, so anyway, let's look at our forecast for Lansing here. Click a random location. We can go. We're done with her. Where's the radar? Radar, please. C4 forecast. Okay, as I was saying, come on down here for breath. That's too far. Okay, so right here, stop it. As I was saying, 75 degrees, 54 degrees. That's the high. But then tomorrow, you're going to see some 80-degree temperatures. Great day to go to the beach, considering how high the temperature is and how low the temperature is. You want to go on the beach in 57-degree temperature. Wait until it's 80 degrees tops. But anyway, you can see the temperatures are going to be 80s and 70s. But on the 11th, you're going to see temperatures in the 83 degrees and 58. But then you can see our temperature drop by the 12th, probably because of the rain. But then later, you can see temperatures going back in the 90s even. By after the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, after the 17th and 18th, 90s. The high 90s, especially for the 17th, is 93 degrees. And that's a lot. Trust me. You good? I think you're good. But anyway, we're gonna go. Scroll down here real quick. Okay, you can see here's our timetables. This is one of my favorite tables. So we're looking at the. Come on, do it. No. And never mind. We're not gonna be on the radar. I don't know what just happened. So back to radar, please. Radar. Okay. So anyway, I think I just said radar. Okay. So anyway, why is this purple? A lot of people ask, what in the world is this purple, red stuff? We are going to ignore this message. What is this? Well, anyway, what this is a storm prediction. Now, anyway, storm predictions are somewhat accurate and somewhat not. So the storm predictions basically outloads. Let's tell you when the storm is going to impact. Now, if we're to scroll out here, look at this radar, see what happens, and hope for the best. Starting from 4 p.m. Close. I'm going to stop wrapping up. I have a script right there I'm probably going to use next. Are you see I'm getting tired? Oh! Okay, as I was saying, like I said, I have this whole script. So anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's great. Okay, so anyway, you can see these storms when they move east, at least to east. I think it glitched. Okay, it fixed itself. It's moving. It's paused, but it's moving still. Okay, now it stopped. Okay. These storms, they look small at first, but like I said, on all my storms, especially in Florida, you're gonna get itty bitty tiny little cute itty titty storm into a big masterpiece. And now I'm gonna suck a whole tornado into. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad. Alright, I wanna be a little sarcasm here. Look at the wildfires. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. When you load! Okay, well, I guess it's not loading. Never mind. Unless it will load, because there's a lot of information. But I was trying to say, there we go. Put my pen down for this. Thanks a lot. Did I seriously pull up my files? Thanks a lot, Canada. You really helped us out. You really think your summer's going to be nice and hot? Think again. Considering how Michigan and Lake Michigan right now, you're going to see some very nice air quality statements. Canada, statement. Alaska, statement. California, statement. Statement. All thanks of Canada. Thank you so much for giving our little itty bitty summer into a disaster. Like, look at that. You can see some big fires right now. Look at that. You got a little tiny piece of fire to a big masterpiece fire. All those little tiny fires you're going to see right now. Oh, it's going to get very big. Oh my gosh. It's so big. It can swallow the tornado. In fact, it can burn down the United States because it's so big. But wow. Look at that, folks. Top to bottom, a bunch. But hey, I'm not in control of the wildfires. They are. Our department is. The fire department is. Everybody's in charge. But I'm not. Thanks a lot. You really helped us out. Thank you so much for making my summer very terrible because of that. But don't worry, in the winter time when the earth up? Do you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna have that winter coldness. And what happens when that winter coldness happens? Yeah, of course. I have a script. Let's see what my script says. Intro, daily, weekly. Yeah. Right. I have a whole script that says recap, talk about some of my stuff, and we should be done for the day. Anyway, recap. With big wildfires, don't approach them. Storms, gonna be very big. The end. Again. That's it. That's it for my weather broadcast. Have a nice day. Tee-hee.